Speaking to Inform. Project number 2, Resources for Informing, with the title, Longing to be Different, Ms. Ann Starrette.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. There's an old tale, it's a Jewish tale, about this rabbi named Zusa. And Zusa dreamed that he died and went to heaven. And he's by the judgment seat of God. And so he's waiting on God, and he's waiting on God, and he begins to think about his life. Did I do all that I should have done? And as he began to wait and wait, he had this commentary going in his head, and he began to imagine what God would ask him. And he would think, God's going to ask me, why weren't you Moses? Why weren't you Solomon? Why weren't you David? But when God came, Zusa was totally surprised at what he said. God said, Zusa, why weren't you Zusa? Why did you not grow into the man that I created you to be? We long to be different. When we encounter God-touched men and women that are different for the sake of God's glory and the service of other people, we long to be different. Something inside us is aroused, but it's longing and sorrow. Their compassion uncovers our self-centeredness. Their realness reveals our falseness. Their depth uncovers our superficiality. We long to be different when we're in their presence. So where do we begin with this seeking? Where do we begin with that? A man named Trevor Hudson, he is a South African man. He serves a little tiny church in South Africa, but he's a national speaker, international. He says, honor your longing, but you've got to go further than honoring your longing. You have got to start seeking. Well, where do we Americans begin our seeking? There are 3 words I want to give you. Information, education, and formation. More specifically, Christian spiritual formation. We begin our seeking with information. There is information all over this building. It's pointing you in a direction. You've got a bulletin board. I'm giving you information right now. We are bombarded every which way. You've got YouTube, you name it, email. It flits through. It's snippets. It is our greatest danger. I encourage you just simply to Google dangers of information overload. You will be amazed at what is happening. It is destroying our mind. It is not giving us the mind of Christ. It is destroying our relationships. It is not building up the house of God. It is destroying the way we make decisions. So when our longing is not met through information, we go to education. There was a story on NPR last week, the myth of the Ivy League education. It is a myth. Education is good to a point. We take course after course after course after course. But I am here to tell you, it has got to go further than education. You do not learn to ride a bike out of a book. You do not learn to be a surgeon out of a book. You do not learn to speak out of a book. It may point the way, but it does not transform you. When your longing takes you past information and education, we come to this word formation. When you hear the word formation, you think of little children maybe lining up in a row, or getting up here for a picture that this is going to take, or planes or birds flying in formation. I want you to think being formed and shaped by the Spirit, placing your little spirit before the Spirit to do what you cannot even begin to do for yourself. Information, education is all about us. Puffs us up. But I'm telling you, when we surrender to the one that will shape us and form us, and we can't do a thing about it, because he knows how we need to be shaped. So we move from information, education to formation. Christian spiritual formation. We're all formed. Hitler was formed. Hitler was formed. Christian spiritual formation is the activity of the Holy Spirit. We do activities that place us before God to shape and form us into Christ. Information, education. Education, we learn it, we master it, and we move on. From formation, we never move on. It is a lifelong process. So what is your next step? I want to give you just a couple of resources for your next step. I absolutely love this little book. It is deep and sensible. I watched a documentary about Mr. Rogers. Do you know Mr. Rogers?
Yeah.
He bought these books. This man named Bo was the founding director of the Human Kindness Institute in Durham, North Carolina. I love this little book. And he works with prisoners to help them transform their life. So in the back of this book, he has spiritual practices. See, education, we have got to go from head to experience. It's experience that changes us. We can learn about fire, we can talk about fire, we can analyze fire, but you touch fire. You touch it. You see it. You smell it. You feel it. You've got wisdom that transforms your heart. So this is a great little book. And then Discovering Our Spiritual Identity by Trevor Hudson, and he has holy experiments. I love that word. We place ourselves before God to experience. I've got 10 little handouts here, Spiritual Formation in the Local Church, with lots and lots of resources. If we run out, I'll give you more. I will be doing a morning workshop at our church for anybody that wants to come, Spiritual Formation in the local church. What is my role? What is the church's role? What is the Spirit's role? All right, let me close with a little reading that I love. And this is from a monk named Theo the Monk, from the Tales of the Magic Monastery. And we are to start our seeking right now. I mean, just this second. No more information, no more education. Right now. So, Theo says, I just had one desire, to give myself completely to God. So I headed for the monastery. An old monk asked me, what is it you want? I said, I just want to give myself completely to God. I expected him to be gentle and fatherly, but he shouted at me, now! I was stunned. He shouted again, now! Then he reached for a club. He reached for this club and came after me. I turned and I ran. He kept coming after me, brandishing his club and shouting, now, now! That was years ago.